And hello, everyone. I'm really grateful that you've taken the time out of your day today to join us. I know time is one of our most valuable resources, so thank you for choosing to spend the next 30 minutes with us. And whether you're off camera or on camera, your presence is very valued. But if you can come on camera, we love to see your face. Um, and here we go. I'm going to make sure everyone's on mute. Thank you. So this is one of my favorite calls of the week, as I was saying, and it's one of my favorite calls because we get to celebrate real stories, real progress. So whether you just are starting with the Purium lifestyle with us, or you're wanting to learn more about it, or you've been doing it for years, we're so glad you're here and we welcome your shares later in the call. So my name is Mary Beth Fleming, and I want to share a little bit about why I'm here and why I'm so passionate about sharing this with everyone. So, this superfood nutrition program that we're going to be talking about today, it has changed my life. 6.5 years ago, I was 13 months postpartum with my first son, and I was completely burnt out. Now, I thought I was healthy. I was eating well. I was working out, doing all the things, but inside, I was crashing. My hair was falling out in clumps. My nails were brittle and breaking off. I was getting very little sleep. My energy and my moods were all over the place. And I kept telling myself, well, maybe this is just what motherhood is like, right? Maybe this is normal. And then a friend offered me the Purium superfood box that we'll be talking about today, the 90-day transformation. And I'll totally admit I was super skeptical at first. I didn't think that organic superfoods could help me because I was already healthy. But I decided to say yes and stop being in denial. And within a few days of being on this program, I kid you not, I was sleeping more deeply, I had more energy, and more importantly, I was starting to feel the hope come back into my life. Hope that maybe there was another way to connect to my body and be in my body. And then about 2 months into this lifestyle, I, for the first time, started feeling like myself again. Actually, I started feeling like my teenage self. I was vibrant, the energy was coming back in. I had a zest for life, I was sleeping good, and just starting to feel like I was on top of the world. And fast forward to today, I've had two children since then. I've used this nutrition with both of those pregnancies and postpartum journeys, and I'm happy to say I didn't experience any of those depletion symptoms with the two following being on this program. And no joke, I recently got my biological age tested and it came back saying that I'm 18 and a half years old on a biological level. And I'm 35. So I would say that's a huge testament to the superfoods here and what solid regenerative nutrition can do for our bodies and our lives. Because when you nourish your body on a cellular level, your body remembers what to do and it comes back online. So I'm going to dive a little bit into what this nutrition program is that helped me come back to life, and then we're going to hear shares from others. So, what we're talking about today is not a diet. It's not a program that's about restriction or perfection. It's about real support. It's about giving your body the tools so it can create the environment to thrive. We call it a 90-day reset because it deeply nourishes, gently detoxes, and it brings everything back into balance in your body. So here's what it looks like. It's basically two superfood-based meals a day. Usually I do it for my breakfast and lunch, but you can decide how you do that. And then you get to have whole food snacks throughout the day, a clean, nourishing dinner, your choice of like a simple, sustainable meal. And the idea is that this is so convenient and easy for anyone to do, no matter your age, your background, where you're coming into this, whether you're really healthy already, wanting to get to the next level, or maybe just starting your health journey and wanting to drink more healthy foods or eat more healthy foods. So, what we start with is I'm going to start with our superhero product, which is called our Biomedic. And it comes here in this amazing little bag that is 100% plant-based ink and it's 100% biodegradable. So you can bury it in your backyard when you're done with it. And this is our gut health. So Biomedic is a prebiotic, a probiotic, and it's the only clinically proven product on the market to reduce glyphosate. So, glyphosate is an herbicide that is prolific in our food system, in our waterways. There's really no getting away from it, and it's causing major damage to people's gut, leaky gut, major inflammation. And this amazing little formula right here helps to reduce the glyphosate in your system by 75%. And not only that, it helps to reduce our CRP, which is C-reactive protein, inflammation cursor in the body. And studies have shown that it reduces it by 74%. So we're helping systemic inflammation all throughout the body with our Biomedic. And the next part of your program, this is part of your superfood-based meal, is our Super Aminos 23. This is pre-digested vegan protein tablets. It's all legume-based, and it's 99% of or it has a 99% absorption rate. So it doesn't put any extra pressure on your kidneys to ingest this protein, and your body uses it almost immediately. So each serving, there's about 20 to 30 grams of protein that your body easily assimilates. And it helps you to build lean muscle, supports healthy aging, good metabolism, helps with skin tone. I like to say it's strength that you can feel without the soreness. So it gives you that strong, energized, excited feeling from within. And I'll tell you, I never go anywhere without it. I always have a bottle of these in my purse with me wherever I go. Our next product, superfood-based meal that you get in this program is called our Power Shake. Again, it comes in this amazing home compostable packaging. And this is your morning magic. Drop a 2 in the chat if you never go a morning without your Power Shake because you feel it and you crave it and you love it. One scoop of Power Shake is like eating 6 microgreen salads. So I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone that's eating 6 microgreen salads for breakfast unless you're consuming this right here. It's just grab and go. You add it, you can blend it with fruit if you want or banana, but otherwise you can just put it in your portable blender that you get with your program, add water, mix it in, and you're good to go. Our la one of our, well, I guess not our last component, but our component that you take at night is called the apothecary. And this is your sleep elixir. So this is your nighttime wind down drink. A lot of people replace this with wine or other things because they find that it suits their body so much better and they're excited. They feel better when they drink it in the morning. It is the highest source of naturally occurring melatonin. So it helps your body actually produce melatonin instead of relying on external supplements or other sources of it. And it helps you deep really sleepily get into that or sleep really deeply, excuse me, and get into that REM sleep that really helps your body to restore and rejuvenate. It also helps with balancing hormones and just feeling really refreshed in the morning. This is probably one of my favorite parts of our program. And go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat if you agree with that, if you never miss your apothecary. And then the last element of this superfood program is our gentle parasite cleanse. So this is an Ayurvedic herbal formula that helps to remove unwanted organisms or pathogens that have maybe taken over. And those things can contribute to inflammation in the body, sugar cravings, fatigue, brain fog. And you do this herbal formula in 10-day increments twice throughout the 90 days. So you're not on this the whole time, you're just doing increments of it. If you are nursing or pregnant, you don't do the super cleanser and you just customize your box with our cracked cell chlorella, which is a safe, pregnancy safe, nursing safe, really nutrient dense powerhouse that is pure cellular fuel. So I actually like to do both at the same time. And that's the program. You mix it into your lifestyle, you eat good food along with it, and you just add it in twice a day for convenience and for all the nutrition you need on a daily basis. So how much does it cost and how long do we recommend doing the program for? We start with a 90-day commitment. And the reason being is it takes 90 days to change a habit. And so, again, this is not a diet, this is about a lifestyle and consistency, right? And so we recommend 90 days because that's the time when most people see the best results. For me, I started to notice the transformative results around 2 months. And, you know, we didn't get into the state of health that we're in now overnight. So it's not going to change overnight. This is not a magic pill. This is a process of your body coming home to itself. So it breaks down to $13 a day for two organic superfood meals. I don't know about you guys, but where I live, you can't even get one organic meal for $13. So in this program, you're getting two superfood-based meals a day for $13 a day. Your month two actually drops down to $12 a day because your first box comes with enough parasite cleanse for the 2 months that you'll be doing it. And then after 90 days, you can drop down to what we call our maintenance program, which is just one superfood based meal a day. But I'll be honest, most people, like myself and my family, end up staying on the full program continuously because it's a lifestyle, it's food, it replaces a lot of the cost of groceries at the store, it saves time, there's not a whole lot of mess in the kitchen, there's really no prep other than adding it in, putting water, blending it, drinking some of your apothecary, very simple. And all of this is just real, organic, dehydrated, slow dehydrated, sun and wind dehydrated, regeneratively grown food that nourishes your cells and is super convenient for anyone to consume. So that's the breakdown of the program. And now I really would love to hear from all of you. So if you've been on this program, whether you've been doing it for 1 day or 3 years, I'd love to hear if you can come on and just share for 30 seconds or less. You know, what has your process been? What are some challenges you've overcome? How are you feeling? And we'll get through as many testimonials as we can. And please, in sharing in this 30-second time window, refrain from using words like heal or cure, as we definitely want to stay compliant and heart-centered in these shares. So, Allison, go ahead and take us away.
Hi there. Great job, Mary Beth. Good to see people. I just, for one, the people in this community are always so happy and uplifted and very inspiring to be around. So that's a vibrational thing. For me, logistically, I have two small kids. I started the nutrition and the business 2 years ago at the same time because I just had a feeling this was something special. My friend Camille is on this call, and we were two moms that met at our kids' summer camp, noticing that little details of health. And my life is completely different from just incorporating this not only into our family's diet, but the business into our lifestyle because it's everything. So it's saved a ton of time and money and given a lot of energy. So that's just a very big umbrella of how this is, just a wonderful thing for anyone to try. And then if it's something that lights you up to continue with for the rest of all time, hopefully. Thanks.
Awesome, Allison. Thank you for sharing. And it's been so amazing to witness your transformation journey while you've been on this nutrition, just to see the way that it's supported you and your family and how you've integrated it so effortlessly into your daily life and into your children's life. It's really inspiring. So thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Would you like to come off and share your story, your journey? You can go ahead and raise your hand. I see some of you on here, Rajni or Dana, Paylin. If you feel like jumping on, we'd love to hear from you. Dana.
It was about 4.5 years ago. A little angel dropped this in my lap, and I was already a part of a biodynamic community supported agriculture farm for about 10 years. I ate from the earth as much as I could, but I was still having, at about 50 or so, I was still having joint pain. I was feeling really irritable around 3, 4 p.m. And when this dropped in my lap, I was blown away at how much better I felt, how much better I slept, how my joints felt, and I've never looked back. I've been doing this program straight through. So that was about 4.5 years ago. Really grateful.
And one thing that's been cool to learn about you, Dana, is that you and your whole family are on the journey as well. So one of the things that we love about this community is the support of, not just doing this alone, but it is a lifestyle where we get to start eating this way and living this way as a family and as friends. And it's incredible what an impact that can have on our lives when we really integrate it into the full family. So I love seeing that and meeting your family a couple weeks ago at our convention. So really great. Thank you. Midge, we'd love to hear from you. Midge is Dana's mother, by the way. Speaking of family.
Um, About 8 years ago, I retired and I was so burned out with what I was doing that someone that was close to me said, "This is going to take you 3 to 4 years to 5 years to get back up on who you are and how you feel." And I was dealing with some depression and some feelings about that because I spent my life talking to people every day. And then all of a sudden, it was the dog and I. So I have been using shakes for a long time, but I was looking for a new shake, and Dana introduced me to Purium, and that has made an enormous difference in my mental health, my physical health, and just everything that I do. And every day I start my day with super aminos and a shake. And usually around lunchtime or whatever, I'm hungry. That's what I will turn to also. So I am eternally grateful for that bind and for all the community around the products also.
I love it, Midge, and it's really inspiring to see your consistency with it. And like you said, it really sustains you for your breakfast and your lunch, and then you get to make, positive, sustainable choices for your other food that you incorporate. So that's awesome, and thank you for being here and sharing. Christina.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great call. I was one of those people who didn't actually think that Purium would help me because I thought I was already eating organic. I'm already growing my own food. I'm already doing all the things to be healthy. So the health that I'm experiencing must be the pinnacle of health, which it certainly wasn't when I got honest with myself, like Mary Beth was sharing. I had mild joint issues, mild depression issues, low energy after having two children, more weight than I wanted, less muscle than I wanted, less energy. I also had a lifetime of digestive issues, a lifetime of eczema as a result. Um, but I just kind of thought this is the best I can expect out of life, and I must be aging at this point. That was my kind of excuse. Was like, I guess it's all downhill from here. I was 40 at the time. I can definitely say I feel a million times younger now, 9 years later, having been on the products. And like Mary Beth, it was only a few days into it that I immediately felt the products. And I had to ask myself, well, why am I noticing the difference if I'm doing all the things? And the solution for me was really the soil quality that Purium is grown in versus even my own farm, though we're building up the soil and versus 99% of what I'm getting at the grocery store and even farmers markets because we are in such a soil crisis on this earth. So Purium is an extraordinary solution for closing that gap for us. We're super blessed to have this come right to our door to fill in the gaps of an otherwise organic whole food diet that we get to have every day. So within days, I watched my energy levels soar. I had deeper sleep. I watched my eczema, my lifetime of eczema, which I had all over my body, my whole childhood, completely vanish. I have none of it anywhere. Hallelujah. My teeth got whiter. I lost weight. I gained muscle. My digestion has been clearing up better and better and better over the whole 9 years. I've never plateaued on Purium. I keep watching new results unfold. Um, Generally feeling more balanced hormones, which I think leads to better mental health and joy, just feeling like waking up and feeling blessed and grateful and with energy and joy to start my day. So those are a few of the results that I've experienced. And like I said, I wasn't expecting it. I thought this is for mainstream people, but I'll help them with it. And lo and behold, it's for all of us.
Awesome, Christina. Thank you. And thank you for speaking to the soil depletion because I think that was a really big piece for me too. Even though I was eating a lot of organic and growing my own food like you, A lot of our soil has been so depleted, especially if we're buying conventional foods and, even the food at the grocery store, we don't really necessarily know the farmer. And it's the regenerative agriculture practices that Purium implements that really makes the difference because the nutritional quality starts in the soil, the health of the soil and the minerals and vitamins there then transfer to the food. And so that I think is why so many people feel that almost instantaneous like realignment because of that piece. So thank you for bringing that in. Rajni, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks, Mary Beth. Thanks for all your great information. I love how concisely you explain this program. So I've been on the program for a couple of years now. Dana also introduced it to me. And like others had shared, I was very conscious about only eating organic. And I loved, was part of a CSA and was very into knowledge about food. And I thought I was pretty healthy. But I decided to give it a try when I was in New York caretaking my mother, who was, not in good health. And I was in the confinement of her retirement community. So I was kind of eating what everyone else was eating. And I just wasn't in my normal state of flow. So I thought, I've done a cleanse every year. So I want to give this one a try to see how it's different. And I was so shocked and surprised at how good I felt. Because like Christina was just saying, I thought I was pretty healthy. Like I didn't think I had health digestion issues. And then I look in the toilet and I was like, wow, that's incredible. And just the amount of energy that I felt, it really helped me to take care of my mom better because I wasn't as drained. Like I just had so much energy. And also I wasn't looking to lose weight, but I did lose weight and that felt good. You just feel like lighter and just more, vibrant when you're not carrying extra weight around. And some of the results, like Christina had just mentioned, happen over time too. Like initially I just lost 10 pounds, but then I realized later on, like 6 months later, like I lost more weight. Some of my pants didn't fit. Most of my pants didn't fit. And so, it just continues to work on you on so many levels. My confidence, I also went through a pretty dramatic, after my mom did pass away, I went through a divorce after a 13 years marriage. And emotionally, that was extremely challenging and stressful. But these products really sustained me and basically held me, and the community held me, and hope and courage and all these things that we need to move forward in life. So it's just amazing on the different levels how the products, not just on the health level, but emotionally and just spiritually, how they can just help you to thrive in your life. The other thing that has just been amazing is my immune system is rock solid. I have not been sick once since I've been on this, and I've been around people with COVID and flus and all kinds of stuff, and I just don't get sick anymore. So I'm really, really grateful that Dana introduced this to me and being part of this really fun community. So thank you.
Yeah, Rajni, so great. And I would agree with that of just having such a stronger immune system. There's a saying, garbage in, garbage out. So if we're not feeding our bodies good food, the likelihood that we're going to be feeling good or getting sick all the time is higher, right? And I'll notice with my family, even my kids, if they start to get the sniffles, we just double up on our superfoods, and it's like they don't go into the whole sickness that most kids do. So great to have these tools on hand so that we can keep doing what we need to do. Because I know there was a time in my life when I would get sick and it would lay me out for days, even weeks, right? And that the stress of that can be a lot. So thank you, everyone who shared. And if you didn't get a chance to share this week, please come back next week and share how it's going for you. We love to hear your stories. Like I said, whether you're just starting or you've been doing it for a long time, this space is meant to be a space of education and community and inspiration. So we're so glad all of you are here and all of you that will continue to come and bring people into this community. And so if you're listening to this replay or you're catching us live, just make sure you get back to the person who invited you here today and they can help you, get your order in, get started on your first 90 days, answer any additional follow-up questions you might have. And if this really speaks to you, you might already have in mind a few friends that you would love to do this with. And I highly encourage that because when we do things with others and with accountability, we usually sustain it longer. And I know when I first started my first transformation, 6 of my friends did it with me, and we just had such a great time learning with each other, experiencing with each other, and seeing the benefits ripple into our lives. So you can also even get your box paid for by referring others to this program with you. So if that's of interest to you too, that's how I got started. You can reach out to the person who invited you here to talk more about that too in our affiliate program. So speaking of community, we do have another call at the top of the hour called the Million Mom Movement. This is a very strong community we have in the superfood lifestyle, and the Million Mom Movement is our activism leg of Purium, and it's where families and caretakers come together and talk about, health and wellness and living vibrant lives as a community. So if that interests you as well, someone could drop in the chat the link for that call coming up at the top of the hour. And otherwise, I am going to stop the recording, but for those of you that are new and maybe have some additional questions, we are going to leave or continue to have the conversation and answer any questions. So thank you for watching the recording if you are, and please raise your hand if you have any questions.